years. And so she is the one who plans and manages all of our community partnerships and makes those happen flawlessly. We hit and exceed every goal every year associated with this, thanks to this lady. What you probably don't know, because this is the invisible part that happens outside of work hours, is all of the many other things that she does. And so let me share some of that with you. First off, for 23 years, since 1989, Stephanie has been volunteering for the Chile Children's Hospital burn camp. Every summer for 23 years, she has spent 2 weeks going to and volunteering at a burn camp for burn victims and for children with burns. She has also, in addition, taken a group of burn victims to Manchester, England, to take them there. She's also been kind of the key host to having international burn victims come here to Colorado, and she kind of leads that effort. She also just does individual fundraising for them and has raised over $40,000 personally for that cause. And that is one of her causes. There are more. She has also been very active for years with Samaritan's Purse and Operation Christmas Child, which many of you are probably familiar with this, where they have kind of care packages that are sent overseas for Operation Christmas Child. She has worked with them for several years, has recruited and organized volunteers in 4 states, and managed the distribution center for children for packages going to children in third world countries. She has been responsible for sending over 100,000 boxes from the Denver Distribution Center, traveling to El Salvador, Belize, and Panama to personally distribute them to the children. And this is so Stephanie, because she also, like over and above this overachiever mentality of hers, while she was there, she was like, I'm going to keep journals and take photographs, and we can use those for future fundraising. So she did that of her own volition to fuel future fundraising. And then she also does a lot of church mission work, where she's traveled towards Mexico to do building houses for families. She's organized medical mission trips. The list goes on. This one page wouldn't contain everything. I just had to boil it down to some of the key ones. So she is so deserving. And please join me again in just a round of applause. Recognition. We're going to force it on her.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad you stuck around long enough for this.
I didn't know that was coming.
Just right there.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. May I say something?
Please.
You may.
So Mary Berrigan was with me in Juarez, Mexico, and she will attest to my lack of ability to focus when building houses, but nonetheless, I think it was Mary who dragged me to Mexico and said, let's build houses. Great. So this past weekend, I actually had a chance to go for a walk with one of my previous burn campers. And my family has all been to burn camp with me, and Dr. Young has been up there to visit. For those of you who've spent time with me, you'll know that that is truly where my heart has been, and seeing these kids overcome a challenge beyond anything any of us have experienced. And I was telling him how nervous I am about going to Nashville this weekend to do this half marathon, and he said, but aren't you lucky that you can do that? And it was such a good reminder to me, because it was that memory of our lives are so incredibly easy, and when you've survived being burned, you take so much. You look at it from such a different perspective, and you just cherish life for the little moments that you have. And the memory that changed my life was we were sitting in chapel at burn camp, and the kids had a chance to say, what are you grateful for in your life? And this little 6-year-old, or 90% of his body, raised his hand. He said, I'm thankful to be alive. And we work in a place that we are very privileged. We have very easy lives, and my life has been very blessed because I've been given a lot of privileges and opportunities. And I want to thank my family, because you have created a lot of those opportunities for me. And so I'm not doing this to not acknowledge this. I want to share this with my parents and my brother, because you guys are my support system. And so thank you guys for being here today. And Mom and Dad and Chris, I'm going to let you take this home, because I want you to know that I appreciate all that you do to support me in my endeavors. So.
Thank you.